going on, my boy?
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Dude, good to see you. Long time no see. How you been?
Chilling, bro. How about you? What you been up to?
Good, bro. Not doing much. Just getting to this Dallas hoop scene, trying to get you on an interview.
I feel you. I feel you, nah.
So, what, you just in your dorm right now at Stanford, chilling?
Chilling, bro. We had practice today. We played Tuesday, so we had practice today. Had yesterday off because we played Friday. Got home at like 1:30 a.m. Friday night. Had Saturday off. Had a practice today.
But, dude, so y'all played at Milwaukee Brewers Stadium?
Yeah, we played in the baseball stadium. It was crazy, like crazy environment. Not gonna lie, 'cause it was only like an hour from Wisconsin, so it was like a basically it was supposed to be like a neutral game, but it was really like a home game for them because it was like obviously like an hour away.
Right. But, dude, yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm so glad that you, made time, and I know you have a really busy schedule, so really appreciate you for taking the time and just coming to talk for a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, what were your nerves like going into that first game? Like, stepping on the floor, getting subbed in, that's no joke, transition from high school to college. So, what were you feeling in that moment?
It was crazy because we actually had a really, really big fan base because we have these things called honorary captains, and our honorary captain was the head person of the school district in the area, and so he let all the kids out from school and brought them all to our game.
Oh,
So a
wow.
ton of kids, I think like 1,800 kids or something like that at our game. Like, it was crazy. So the atmosphere was just wild, and they were really good at cheering and stuff. So obviously, yeah, the nerves were there, but like once you step on the court, first play goes by, it's all gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nerves still there, like you're still nervous and stuff playing in the game, but overall, like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, your head's in the game now. But I mean, it was a great experience, of course. First time. It's weird when you go back and watch the game because it's like you have like people talking over you, like, like broadcast. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the game now. It's like weird to watch it like that because when you're playing the game, it doesn't feel like that at all. But like when you go back and watch the film and it's like in like TV mode, it's kind of cool to see like that type of film instead of just regular film with no one
It
talking.
was the craziest thing seeing you step onto a collegiate floor for the first
Yeah.
time, just watching it from home. Like, it was wild. That's definitely the biggest crowd you played against, like, no question, or like played for.
Oh, for sure. But the Bruce City Battle was probably the biggest one I've ever played for. I mean, there was like, I think,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know exactly the exact turnout, but it was huge. I mean, it was like 1,800, 2,500 people. Like, it was pretty wild, like how many people were there. Yeah.
And y'all flew there and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
That's
It was like
just
that was the first time traveling. Like, it was a tiring journey, but it was like really cool to experience. Like, it's so different, like you charter there, you bus over to the airport, you get on the plane, you charter over, then you get back on a bus, you drive to your hotel, check in, chill that night, go back. Then the next day you're going to practice and you walk in and you like coming out of a dugout from an MLB locker room and you're coming out to the court it's crazy. Like, it's like the environment was just wild. And like that was us practicing. Then the next day you come out and there was a girls game before us, so the fans were already there.
right.
It's the first time we're coming out, it's full fans. Like, we're coming out to warm out. It was like the craziest thing. It was like I was coming out to like play an MLB game. Like, it was wild.
Man, I'm talking about your nerves subbing into your first game, the nerves subbing into that game, or just being there on the floor
Yeah,
must have just been
it was crazy.
just ridiculous. But besides like those two games, because obviously you've only been in two games so far this season, like, do you have any games like that are just circled on your list where you're just like, whether it's I want to travel here or I want to play against this crowd or
I
whatever
think
it is?
big ones, of course, is coming back home and playing against Texas and Dallas.
Yep.
Being able to play in the American Airlines Stadium, like so many games that I've gone to like to watch the Mavericks play and things like that, to actually be playing on that stadium,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really cool.
That's sometime in December, if I'm not
December,
mistaken, right?
yeah, December 18th is that game.
December 18th, and you're in Dallas, and who are you going to be playing?
Texas, we play Texas.
UT?
Yeah, we play UT.
Oh,
Texas.
wow. That's going to be a big game, and have all your friends show out, bro.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. Like, just the environment of being home and like having people to support you there, it's gonna be great.
Right, and UT definitely has a tough squad this year with the 2 5-stars they got. Arterio Morris, and then who was the other one? I don't remember his exact name, but
Like the left-handed guy, I forgot. I don't know his name either. But
he's tough.
they're tough.
But
They're tough.
dude,
But we have a lot of experience. We have a lot of older guys on our team, so I think we'll be able to, match up against anybody pretty well. So.
right. But yeah, dude, let's get straight into it. Just talking about Stanford and just your life out there in comparison to Texas. What are you doing different now that you're in college and you're obviously away from the high school like training system? You're with college athletes, you're with college trainers, all this other stuff. Like, what do you do what does Ryan Agarwal do when he wakes up in the morning and then right before he goes to sleep? I want your full full day, just explain to me real quick.
So like I'm not gonna lie, like it's pretty like it's just pretty like rigorous in the sense of like of course being at Stanford you have like the education side of things too. I'll give you like my hardest days, which are like Mondays and Wednesdays, meaning like I have the most things to do. So like I'll wake up around 6:20, 6:30. We got lift at 7:15 to 8:15. Finish lift, we have a meeting from 8:15 to 8:45.
And meeting is just like with your team, just
Like a
discussing plays.
team meeting, like more preseason, we were doing more just like film work and like culture, like talking about the team's culture and things like that. Now it's more like actual film on games and things like that. And then after that team meeting, I have from so that's to 8:45, 8:45 to 9:30. I have to get showered and go eat breakfast at our athlete dining, and then 9:30 I have class till 10:20. 10:20 end class, come back, maybe grab like a bar or something quick to eat. 10:30 to like 11:20, 11:30 to take a nap just to like refresh, get going. And then we have practice at 1, but I got to be there at 12. So I got to bike over, eat a sandwich before practice. We start at 12, so get taped, activate your body, then go to for pre-practice drills. And then 1 o'clock starts official practice. Practice till about 3:30 ish, maybe 4 ish, depends. After that, cut off tape, therapy, whatever you need, shower. I usually have class at 4:30, so I got to get out of there get quick 4:30 to 5:50. Then after that, I go and eat dinner at dining or whatever, and then I got another class at 7:20 to 8:30 that
Well,
night.
that is a loaded day, man. Like I think you said you woke up at 7:30 every day, or you're somewhere at 7:30 every day.
Yeah, like
Like,
that. Those days I wake up like 6:20, 6:30 because we lift at
oh,
7:50.
dude, you from 6:20 to 11:30 is more productive than my whole entire day. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's a grind for sure. We also have like, of course, they take care of us when we have like off days or whatever, and those off days are huge for us. It's like our bodies and like just mentally, just being able to like recover, sleep, get your sleep. We don't have a ton of off days. It's maybe once a week at most, or maybe twice a week. And now season coming up, like our schedules vary a lot because we're gonna be playing on Tuesdays or Mondays or Thursdays or whatever it is. So like our off days will switch up. Our practices and lifts will switch up because you don't want to lift the day before, the day of. So it's kind of just very.
And so, yeah, that leads me to my next thing is what are you doing whenever you get to the gym? Like, what are your workouts like consisting of? Not necessarily team meetings or anything, but what are you doing when you're getting in the gym, like nowadays?
So for me, like a lot of times, I like to get in the gym before practice. For example, like Tuesdays, Thursdays, we don't have lifts, so I have the morning to kind of just get in the gym before 12 o'clock, before I have to be there. So I like to get in the gym earlier because after practice, I'm not really in the mood to like get in practice. My body's so like sore. I gotta go to therapy and just kind of like let my body relax. So a lot of times for me, especially during season, it's not a lot of like hard workouts, meaning like grind mode. It's more about getting my shots up, getting rhythm up. Some movement shot, like preseason workouts were a lot more movement shots, things like that, with the manager, or coach, or whatever the workout was. But now it's kind of more just being able to shoot, like get a lot of shots up, things like that. Because in practices and with games and traveling and all that, your body starts to wear down. So you don't want to do a lot of that in workouts when you're already doing that so much in practice and things like that.
Right. So would you say your workload like just completely went up a lot more like in your transition to high school to college or
Yeah, for think it also goes up because the mental side of things is a lot more tough, like in college. Like I'm a freshman again, like I have to go through the whole process of earning play time, gaining confidence, being a freshman. I like for me the good thing is like I've been through this as being a freshman. My freshman year of high school I barely played, but it's all for the better, you know what I'm saying? So like right now I gotta earn my minutes. Like I didn't play like first game I played, like it's gonna be up and down like that all through the year. So whatever my time comes, it comes, but you just gotta stay optimistic, and that's kind of what I've been doing.
and I think that's what like make or breaks a lot of freshmen is like you come from this high school where you're just getting buckets, you're the number one guy on this team and everything, and then you get to Stanford and it's like like you're needed obviously, but it's like you're going to be on the bench just a little more. They're going to be benching you. You're going to have to earn your minutes. So it's definitely like a tough period right now. And especially just seeing your minutes like kind of just go down in 1 year when you were
Yeah, I
that
know,
guy.
for sure. And I think like I mean the good thing is like every day is an opportunity in practice to grow and get better and prove myself. So like for me, it's like okay, I didn't play this game, but at the end of the day, like you never know what's gonna happen. Like knock on wood, injuries could happen, but like or like think just opportunities can open up. So I just have to always be ready. And being a freshman, of course, like of course always those freshmen that are just absolutely doing their thing, playing at a young age, or like playing as a freshman, really good minutes, starting whatever. But for the most part, most freshmen don't really, play a lot. So for me, it's like obviously I want to play. Everyone, all our freshmen want to play, but at the end of the day, we're just gonna do like what we got to do, the best for the team, and play our role.
And it just seems like all of you guys are just like bought into what y'all are doing. Y'all seem like y'all have really good chemistry off the floor. We also like it's a small sample size of what y'all have done this year, but like off the floor, it just seems like you, Harrison, Issa, all those guys are really closely bound together and just good friends. Like genuinely like each other.
No, for sure. I think because the amount of time we spend together already, like it's kind of just bound that like you don't force people to like each other, but because we spend so much time with each other and we are like so knit fit together, like it works out so well. And you go through so much, like going through college basketball with your teammates, like the amount of things you go through. Like next year, we're going on a preseason. I don't know, either to Greece or Germany or something, like as a trip before season, like for like a little trip. Like we do it once every 4 years. So, like all those things. Like the reason I feel like we're so nitwit together and like we work together because. Of course, like we gel together like off the court, but like it's really the things that like on the court we're grinding through the same thing, like we're going through the same stuff. Like our lifestyles are so similar in a way. We're going through the same stuff, so it's easy to relate to each other, and I think that just makes us like able to bond with each other. Joke about the same things because we're going through the same things, all that stuff. Of course, like the older guys have different priorities, and the younger guys have different priorities. We're trying to get fit in the school and stuff. The older guys looking for jobs, things like that. It's just like a different. I have a 23-year-old on my team, and we have 18-year-olds on our team, so it's like a big difference, life gap, but in the sense of basketball and like that type of community, like we all have like the same priorities and same attention. So in that way, like it just kind of makes us closer because we like you got to surround yourself with people that want the same thing.
And we were just talking about how close like your teammates are, but let's get down to the real question of if you were to match up with Harrison in a one-on-one, who's gonna be taking that win home?
One
Let's be real though. Let's be real though. Come on. We
one
know
on
your
one,
chemistry's great off the floor, but I'm talking about on the floor, 1v1. Who's gonna win?
one on one. I
You or
I'll
Harrison?
give it to H. I've trusted my abilities
Uh,
to the utmost, but I will say H is a really good one on one player. He has the size. If we were talking about like in game, like like it's just different. H's game is a little bit more one on one, not like in the sense, but he comes off ball screens. He's more off the dribble, whereas my game is more like off ball. Especially my role this year, it's a little bit more. It's like more off ball, catch and shoot, one dribble pull ups,
right.
making like things like that. But his is more like off the bounce, post ups, things like that. So our games are. We have played one on one before. Before I even came to Stanford last year, we played 3 games to 7. He won one, I won one, and then he won the last one 7-6. So it was like
All
it
right,
was.
here, let's just go ahead and repeat that. So hold on. He won one. Y'all played how many games?
We played 3 total games of 7, 3 spots.
3 games.
So he won
Okay.
the first one. Then I think I won the second one 7-4, 7-5 or something, and then he
You
won
better
the
be
last.
confident when you say that now.
And then he won. I know I won it. I just don't know how much I won it by.
Okay,
And
okay.
last one he won 7-6. So like it was close in the sense that like we were just hooping, having fun. Obviously
Right.
like yeah, I mean we do one on ones all the time in practice. We don't keep score, but it's more or less like defensive purposes. We do one on ones and stuff, and time after time like we will be going after each other. And sometimes I'll block him. Sometimes he'll block me. Sometimes I get a bucket. Sometimes
Okay. So like who's like your one-on-one partner? Like who are you playing ones with the most at Stanford and
we
just
don't really like. So what we do is like we put all the guards in a group. So one of the biggest things like we're working on right now is closeouts because like at the collegiate level, like we label people as hots and colds and warms. So if you're like a hot, like we're running you off the line. Like we're jumping at if you're open at all, like we think you can get a shot, we're jumping. You know what I'm saying? Shot fake or not, we're jumping. And then we'll just match up after that. So we work on that, and then we have these things called warms, which is like people who can shoot but not like shoot. Like what I'm saying? Like they're able to shoot,
yeah.
but they're not just pure shooters. So those are people we second jump to. So like if they shoot, then you jump. But if they shot fake, you don't jump. You don't jump until they're in the air shooting. You know what I'm saying? So we
And
work.
so with somebody who's cold, like you're just not jumping at all,
You're just
huh?
not at all. You don't like. I mean, you have a hand up if they shoot, of course, because
Hand
you
up, yeah.
sometimes. But like you're not like you're closing out more the sense that they're gonna drive. But like in that sense, like we
That's
work.
really interesting. I've never even heard of that, and
Yeah,
definitely playing pickup ball. There's no hot, cold, or
yeah.
whatever you want to call it. So,
We in our scouting reports we label each person as a hot, warm, or cold, just to like understand personnel, and it's easier in our head. Like before games, we know okay, 2-12 warms, 3 and 15 hot. So every time you're guarding, okay, 15, I got a hot. Your closeouts are changing, your gap help changes because If it's a warm, you're not helping as much. You're staying with your shooter a little bit more. It's just like a lot of
So
stuff.
much more.
Yeah, a lot more than
So
a lot.
much more stuff than high school.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I feel
sure.
like high school is more like wall, like you're doing scouting report, you're like whatever, but like you're
Yeah,
to the wall, you're halfway and all this other stuff. But you're over here talking about how halfway I am, like how close I am to him, like considering hot or cold.
yeah.
That's insane. That's a lot to think about while you're on the court.
Yeah, like the film session review is a lot like more in depth in the sense that it's not only more in depth when we do it, but we also do so much more film. Like for the game that we just played in Milwaukee, we got there. We played Friday. We got there Wednesday night. Film was given it so we could see it over the plane, like plane ride over, or whatever. We could watch it by ourselves. Next day, we had a meeting in the morning before practice and after practice and at night over film. Then the next day before the game, we had one in the morning, and then obviously right before the game. So like just 5 film sessions before like the game itself, you know. So just constantly ingraining.
Jeez. Yeah,
It's,
that's that's so much to think about. That'd be overwhelming for somebody
and
like me who's not a Division 1 athlete.
once you get in the mode of like it's kind of the same thing, so it's ingrained, so it's not as hard. Like, you know, it's like it helps a lot when you have the belt. Like that's why the bench is so important in a way, because like you're seeing the game from such a different perspective, and so like a lot of times when there's a play happening that we went over, like when you're playing, it's hard to see it because you're not seeing the whole court, but when you're on the bench, you see it. So we're all yelling like the play calls and stuff, and then once you're on the court and you hear the play call and you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing now. So it helps in that way.
That is ridiculous. That's way too much to think about. Like I
Yeah.
just said, for somebody who's not a Division 1 athlete, just you saying hot cold, I gotta be halfway this much, or if I'm closing out on this guy, like I'm not gonna lie, like if I see a guy shooting a 3-pointer at the rec center, like I'm closing out on him full speed, no matter who it is. Like
Yeah, no, I'm definitely. I mean, like that's the thing. Like we just, it's all about personnel. If it's a shooter, you're running out, you're jumping. Like if it's Steph Curry out there and he has a little bit of space and you think he's gonna shoot it, you jump. No matter like if he's like going like this at all, you jump to because we're trying to run him off the line. So you jump, then the next person comes and helps. But if it's
right.
a you're just second jumping, like I told you before. Like you wait till they actually shoot it to jump. And so we do a lot of. That's what I was saying. We do a lot of closeout one-on-one drills with that to help with that.
Yeah, that whole hot and cold thing is like just blowing my mind, but
Yeah. So
that is ridiculous. So we're only 2 games in. You played that game in Milwaukee. You played that game at like the home game at Stanford, your first ever game. Do you know how your role is going to be looking this year? I know it's very early, but what are you kind of
yeah.
expecting your role to be at Stanford this year?
I think it depends on the game. Like I obviously I didn't play the last game, but the first game I played. So it just varies depending on who we have in the lineup, like what like
Situation.
yeah, situation, personnel. Obviously, like if we're struggling in shooting, I think I'm there to help. And like I said before, like opportunities arise out of nowhere. So I think my role can change just like that. Like right now, like obviously, yeah, I'm coming off the bench, but I think like obviously, I believe I have the ability to play and want to play. And right now, I think I can get solid minutes throughout games, depending on the games itself too. But I think I can get solid minutes, whatever game it is. But I just got to keep proving myself in practice. So obviously the role is not like a starter or anything right now, but as the time comes, I think I can, I think in the next couple of years, I can definitely help be like one of those top guys on the team. But as of right now, as a freshman, just kind of like saying, like the reason a lot of people ask me like, oh, like, does it suck? Like you didn't play last game, but you played the first game. And I was like, bro, like my freshman year, like I went through the same stuff, like in high school, like the process. And like, I just saw where I came to. I'm not going to like, be like mad. Like I'm just going to understand where I'm at, understand like the coaches are, you know, they have their jobs, like this is their job, like what I'm saying. So I'm gonna trust whatever happens. Of course, like it gets to the point in the future where I'm just not happy where I'm at, then that's when I had to like understand like, okay, you can't just be optimistic about everything. But right now I'm at the stage where like I gotta understand that like I've still gotta earn trust from the coaches, things like that. So
It's really great that you're not discouraged from the situation. And it only
yeah,
like I'm almost hearing that it makes you want to go out and go get it even more. So
yeah,
like coming from like a freshman player, like that's
yeah.
something great to see.
I mean, for sure. Like, and yeah, of course, like I said, I want to get played, but I also have to look like where I'm at. Like, I'm not getting sure. I didn't play last game. I played the first game, solid minutes. Like, I'm over here playing collegiate basketball at Stanford University. Like, when I sophomore year didn't even think I was going to play college basketball. So, like,
It's crazy.
like, of course, like I'm selfish in the way that I want playing time. Like I said though, like I'm gonna do whatever I want, like or do whatever what I have to for the team. If that's me helping out, being on scout team and practices or that's me going dropping 30 one day for the team. Something like it just doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
I'm really just there to like the fact to me is like I'm over here seeing palm trees on the daily, living in this great place, like
Yep.
meeting people that worked for NASA before they even came here, like people that
Dude,
are
you could even simplify it down to, dude, you moved from Texas to California when you were 18 years old.
exactly. It's
Like
just that,
you went on tours and visits when you were 17 to all these
yeah,
colleges. Like there's so many things to be grateful
yeah.
for.
Blessed. Like I'm blessed in the opportunity that I have. Like, and yeah, I'm still gonna put in work to like get to where I'm at, but I'm not gonna like discourage myself because one game I didn't play in my collegiate career. So
Absolutely, bro.
yeah,
Just stick to it, man. Just stick to it because we all
exactly.
know as your friends and fans who are just watching you, like from Coppell, like just the Indian heritage, like what you're putting on for, like we all know
Yeah,
you can do it and just to keep on going. And we would, everybody, I speak for everybody in Coppell, we would
yeah.
love to see you on that big stage one day, just getting buckets, dropping 30, like you said.
Oh, yeah, no,
Like
definitely.
be a dream come true to a lot of these kids just watching you
Yeah.
do that. But so let's get into the next question. Like how many NBA players have like come to Stanford for open runs or just training or whatever it may be that you've gotten to connect with?
I worked out with Steph, like you saw one time. He came on campus, and that
Just
was
say it
pretty.
casually. Just say it casually. It's okay. Just
Yeah, so I that
yeah,
was a great
just worked out with stuff.
that was a great opportunity for me. Of course, he's exactly like how people say he is. Very humble guy. And then also we had open runs one time that OG from the Raptors came to.
Oh wow.
You just realize like how like pure buckets people in the NBA are. You just see like like there's a step from high school to college and there's a step from college to NBA. I
Yeah.
mean, I like the of course like his physique is just big, like it's huge. So that ability to be able to like move players with your body and size and be able to like play because of your strength is like huge in that level. But also like even before he like came into pre like open runs, he was stretching for like 30-45 minutes with his train. Like that's
Just
just
taking care of his body. Just even NBA players, like just the way they take care of their body. Like we see
yeah.
LeBron James come out and
I
say
was,
spends
yeah.
$2 million, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like I'm thinking like I was watching the Nets and Lakers game today, and they were talking about like how KD just played a game yesterday, and I was like, that is crazy. Like I'm over here like I played like 8 minutes my first game, and I'm over here like dead tired. You know what I'm saying? These guys are playing
Yeah.
like five like, and it's up and down. Like NBA shot clock, it's a lot more up and down, and a lot of like physical and things. So like it's just like they got to take care of their body at a different level at that level because especially if you're playing those type of minutes, it's just a big tear and wear on your body. So.
And it's so crazy that you're just talking about how like much of a bucket OG Anunoby is because like
Yeah.
it's like a normal NBA fan or like player who doesn't get to experience like a
Yeah,
player of his like
it's just like
stature
regular.
coming to the gym. Like you would think he's just a 3-and-D player, like he's good because he's in the NBA, but you wouldn't just be like OG Anunoby is a bucket. But like coming from
Yeah,
a D1
that,
player who gets to do open
oh
runs, gets to go with him, you're
yeah.
like he uses his body, bro. He's huge. Like
He was getting like unbelievable like tough shots. Like it's just like at that level, like everyone has the ability to make such like impressive, like such like high level shot making. Like they use their bodies to just get enough space to get out their shot. And it's just like he wasn't like being selfish or anything. Like he wasn't like, but like he took over when he had to take over, and it was just like. Dang, like that just really shows you like NBA play, like how good they are. I think over time, like I'll just be able to. I think like the ability to network here, like NBA, like even non-basketball is just like next level here. Like I've met so many people that I like can't even express, like a couple of venture capitalists, like of course like the NBA guys, but like just so many people that can help like have help network. Like it's such a good like foundation to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally like there's so many people I've just been able to reach out to or have reached out to me to like help me out. So like it's been great.
Like college is a great place to go network, but when you start talking about Stanford, that's like goat places to network. Like if you want to go meet somebody wherever, like this would be the place to go. Man, this leads me to my last question, man. I really appreciate you coming on the pod and just
Yeah.
talking to me for a little bit. But is there any Ryan Agarwal merch coming soon? Do you have any plans to release that little some? Just
Um I think for me, like of course, like a building a brand is definitely huge. But I think for me, like what I want to wait on is like for me to be at that level where I can like it would really reach its highest potential if I were to do that. So right now, like I'm still kind of like like NIL is obviously a huge thing right now, and like sure, like I'm looking into NIL and things like that to help out with me and like my family, things like that. But merchandise wise, like I would obviously love to get into that, but I think I have to still build a name for myself to reach that level of making my own brand. And I think what will help with that is obviously like playing more minutes and things like that and getting my name out there
yeah,
more with things.
absolutely.
So Right now it's kind of like just focusing on like, the basketball side of things, but obviously like in the years coming, like I'm gonna be focused on name branding and things like that a lot more. But I mean, definitely in the future, I hope so. Like that'd be sick.
Okay. So
That'd be
coming
sick.
soon, then. Coming soon.
That'd, yeah, that'd be crazy.
Nah, that'd be crazy just to get some Ryan Agarwal merch, hopefully in the future. But yeah, man, really appreciate you coming on, bro. Really appreciate you taking like 30 minutes to talk to me, and
Definitely appreciate you.
thank you all for tuning into the Dallas Hoops Team podcast. We're out.